On Wednesday had tabled first of its kind legislation called the Karnataka Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Prevention Bill, with the objective to curb and prevent dissemination, publication or promotion of hate speech. Now that has been passed in the Karnataka Assembly. As far as this bill is concerned, it provides stringent punishment for up to about 10 years of imprisonment and gives the government essentially power to block or take down online content that is basically deemed to be hate speech. In fact, this has been heavily criticized by the opposition members. They've raised concerns about the intention of this particular being placed in the Assembly. Let me go across to my colleague Abhishek, who's joining us from the Karnataka Assembly. Abhishek, what are the concerns that have been raised by the opposition parties? The government, the Home Minister there is saying that this would basically allow the government to know the impact of several hate speeches that have been delivered, particularly by the opposition parties.
Shravan, it is very clear from the chaos which erupted in the Karnataka Assembly, where the BJP and the JDS MLAs tried to go against the bill, because they very clearly mentioned that the government is trying to mend the constitutional right of the persons or the parties in the state of Karnataka by bringing this bill into existence, and no such time has been given to elaborately discuss the pros and cons of the hate speech bill which has been announced in the Assembly today. On the other hand, Dr. G. Parmeshwara, the Home Minister of Karnataka, very clearly mentioned that it isn't against BJP or JDS. It is a bill which is being brought into existence to curb the independence on social media who are trying to spread negative news which will be creating disharmony in the society, which have also given out reasons to disturb the entire society in the last couple of years. And he also mentions that there were several other murders and various other instances have taken place all over Karnataka because of the hate speeches that have been campaigned on social media and also on various other electronic medias. And this is why he wants to bring this bill into existence. However, the BJP and the JDS MLAs have decided to get out of the Assembly. The adjournment has been postponed to 3 p.m. as of now. Speaking to the media, B.Y. Vijayendra, State President of BJP, the BJP opposition leader, R. Ashoka, who is also the MLA, has mentioned that they would go against this bill and they will make sure that the council doesn't pass this bill, because there is no ample time given to the MLAs to discuss the pros and cons of the bill, and the weightage of this bill is against BJP and JDS, and the constitutional right is being tried to stop by the Congress government, is what the leaders of the BJP and JDS have claimed as of now. But we will have to see how the government gets back to the opposition party in the next couple of minutes, because the BJP and the JDS MLAs will obviously demand a detailed discussion on the entire bill, after which the council will have to consider this bill. We will also have to see, this is the first ever time in the entire country that such bill is being introduced in any assembly. So will the government accept the request of the opposition parties is the point of question which has to be answered in the next couple of hours. Shravan.
Abhishek, in terms of what does this bill really entail in terms of punitive action? As I understand, it's about imprisonment about for a few years is what they had said during the bill when it was tabled in the Assembly. Any more details are you picking up in terms of what does it really entail?
Any person, any party or any organization who would who would give a speech in the written or electric format or in the social media format will have to face the prison for at least 3 to 7 years in the first term and 2 to 10 years in the second term if it is a repetitive offense. And also the monetary fines would be around 50,000 to 1 lakh for the first time, and the second time it would continue. The limits can be extended is what Dr. G. Parmeshwara has informed as of now. On the other hand, the government says anyone who speaks against the government, anyone who speaks against the system in the state of Karnataka, anyone who speaks about discrepancy in the communal aspects or religious aspects, and also any person who would talk about any issue which would create a disharmony in the society will be considered under this bill, and they will have to face the serious consequences of the law, is what we have been told. So we will have to wait and see until we get the actual and the full copy of the bill.
Thank you very much, Abhishek, for getting us the latest details.